Hey, you guys. It's been a couple days. It's been rough. Almost anything now kind of sets me off. So my nervous system is really sensitive right now. Having a really rough day. Tomorrow will probably be a little better. But I went out for work yesterday. I still felt really bad, but I felt I could actually go out, and I did, and it was actually a decent day. I took the dog to the park. Um, I still felt like a drunk, but whatever. I'm like, well, I might as well just take her to the park today, which was yesterday, and because I knew I was in for some really bad days. At least I was hoping I wasn't gonna, but I kind of know how things go. The DPDR is pretty thick. Usually it's just derealization, but the depersonalization that pops in, and it's really weird. I look in the mirror and it's just like I can't even like look at myself. It's really strange. Just that whole deal. I did a lot to myself in the past 3 weeks. I would say first I got sick, really sick. Not COVID, but I got really sick. And I still have a cough. Not a bad one, but it's still there. So I got sick with 101.5 fever, got a cough like hell, which fucks my lungs. And of course, it never helps the nervous system. Um, and with the pain I was going through, I took acetaminophen, which I haven't taken in 5 years. Taking that and Aleve just to get the fever down and feel a little better while I was going through that. I wasn't getting any better. So eventually I did take a Z pack of antibiotics. So that's three things between getting sick and taking that and taking antibiotics and taking antihistamines, which really set my brain off. Always fucks me up bad. So that's four things. And finally, after I started feeling a little better, I got a COVID vaccine. So altogether, I'm in a horrific wave. And by all means, this is not an argument about COVID vaccines. It's just something I did, and I was hoping it wouldn't set me back as much as it has, but it has. I would say a mix with antihistamines and the COVID vaccine and just being sick. That mix, every day my brain is just getting more fucked. But it's kind of going up and down. Like sometimes I'll feel like I'm getting better, and then I'll get a lot worse, and I'll get better. My nervous system's just kind of in a flux from it. So I'm sure the shot is probably doing something in my body that's going up and down. It's been 4 or 5 days. I got it last Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. It's almost a week. I imagine next week I'll start feeling a little better. Usually after the couple weeks or whatever. We'll see. My brain is totally skewed. My vision is terrible. Like I can actually see my prescription of my eyes going up and down, and shaking and moving. If I look at something, the DPDR is just insane, and my eyes don't want to focus on anything. It's completely weird. So I'm just getting really down, and it's physically I'm pretty rough, but it's not as bad as the medication cut I did. It's not as bad as that. It's rough though. If the medication cut was 100% bad, I would say this is about 60%. So I'm sure it'll be gone in a couple months. Not gone, but back to normal. Sadly, a couple months. It's stupid. I'm hoping my brain kind of calms down a little bit. Um, I see 3 of you on. Nobody's saying hi. You can chat. Say hello. I'd like to see who's on today. My eyes are terrible. The visual snow is awful. Like, just having some pretty wicked, weird thoughts today. I tried to take a nap, and my cats kept on waking me up, so I woke up like 3 times. Then, which was crazy that I was falling asleep 3 times, which is really rare. But then, the 4th time, that's when my brain started vibrating and the symptoms started roaring. I haven't had that in a couple months now, like when I'm trying to fall asleep. So I can tell the wave's getting a lot worse. It just needs to peak already, and then once it peaks, it can calm down. But usually on the calm down, I end up having to go out for work and just getting by, and it doesn't help me to stay home either. So the more I stay home, the worse it gets. The more I go out, the worse it gets. But right now, my body's the symptoms are pretty intense. A few people that are close to me asked me, "Was it worth it to get it?" I mean, I said I have no idea yet. It's only been a week. I can't really tell. If it was just from this, I'd say I have no idea. Can't tell you. It's that whole I'm suffering no matter what. You know, I get the shot, I suffer, but I'm able to be home. My eyes are bad and I can't even see on here. Have you been take vaccine? I'm assuming you mean did I get the vaccine? Yes, I did. So I just we'll see where it goes. Tomorrow will be a week. And I know I know the vaccine affects the nervous system, so it'll be a good few weeks before that calms down. But I'm hoping it calms down before that in general. I know my brain is kind of fucked from the antihistamines. For some reason, I can't take allergy medicine anymore. It just really, it's like everybody else seems to be able to take allergy medicine, and I just can't do it. It makes me feel completely like I've been drugged, and it lasts for months. But I didn't have a choice. I had to stop coughing. That was so intense. I hate the drawback of it, though. It's just feeling completely out of my mind. my chest hurts today just because they were landscapers were out today. Tuesdays are awful, but my allergies. I even wear a mask when I go outside. It doesn't fucking matter. The mold and grass, it's getting worse every year. I have no idea what you're saying. Why man? Why man vax on 2 months? I don't know what that means. Oh, 2 months off bongos. That's good. So yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out, trying to get through a bad wave, and we'll see how long it takes. But as I was saying, I'd rather be home feeling out of my mind than in the hospital on a ventilator. After what I just went through being sick, I don't think I could handle more. The fact that it wasn't COVID that I had and my lungs were that fucked up and I didn't even have pneumonia, I don't think I could bear them giving me steroids and shit like that. But who knows? I mean, it might not even work. My eyes are so terrible. It's funny that this wave itself is made my eyes so blurry. I can hardly see. I can put on some glasses, but they're in my other room. And I have contacts on, but can't see up close for shit. And it's like I don't hang out outside or nothing. You know, that doesn't really bother me. My mental has gotten really severe, and it's getting worse. I'm hoping it's a bit better tomorrow. I mean, it's usually the way it goes, like any other time, except it's a lot worse right now. Is if I feel better and I go out for work, usually I'll start feeling really shitty in the evening, and then the next day I wake up and like I did today, and I felt like I got hit by a fucking bus, and then throughout the day things get worse and worse and worse and worse. Except now it's really intense. I mean, going from the fuck up of my medicine 5 6 months ago or whatever it was, and then being this sick and getting the vaccine and getting taking all those old fucking meds, and it's been an insane 3 weeks. Last 3 weeks, it's just been insane. Having to take antibiotics, which I did not want to take, but I think the antihistamines were the worst part, though. Between that and the vaccine, I got so sick of weighing that fucking decision for that goddamn vaccine. I hate that we have had to like even think about this bullshit. This is crap. If I was just a homebody and I stayed home all the time, I wouldn't care so much. I wouldn't feel like I'd even get it. But I'm out in public like 5 times a week. And people don't give a fuck no more. I mean, I ended up going to the ER twice because of my fucking being sick recently. And that had nothing to do with COVID. Couldn't imagine what would happen if I got COVID. God. I'm just hoping the stupid vaccine actually helps it all. Because I feel fucking nuts. I knew it was going to fucking happen. I mean, no doubt. I mean, I was telling my girlfriend that. I mean, what she would tell me right now is, you know what, calm down, don't overthink it, just let it do its thing, and you'll get through it. And I know that's the truth. You know, everything always calms down, it always does, but I just don't see why I have to keep dealing with this intensity shit. Like, I have to feel like I'm going completely insane. My processing mental shit is so fucked up right now. With like everything I look at, it doesn't process what it is at all. It does to a point, but it's so fucking weird and bizarre. I actually made an appointment, which I normally do anyway, but I made an appointment specifically today for my shrink so I could talk about this and just vent about it, about how unfair this fucking is. And I seriously don't want to keep coming on here and bitching, but for the longest time, I just tried to be really positive because things were getting better slowly but surely. I'd go through my waves, but they get better. But things right lately, I mean, I know what I'm doing wrong here, but things that are lately are just getting worse and worse. My life is built for somebody that can actually handle this. You know, it's like I get excited when I'm able to do cool things, but it's like when I'm like this, it's like all I can think is like, oh fuck, I have a lot of projects have to do. Do I just hold out a couple of days and know I'm going to feel better, or what? In this rate, I don't know what's going to happen. I know when I fucked up my medicine, my mental shit didn't get worse for like a month and a half. Like it was pure physical for like a month and a half, and then it was like crazy anxiety, and then mental went nuts. This just physical is pretty bad, but the mental is fucking horrendous. But I put myself through a lot in the last 3 weeks. Usually just one of the things versus the five I did. One of the things would throw me into a wave. But this time I got really sick. That would throw me into a wave. Then I took a lot of Advil, which normally wouldn't throw me in a wave, just give me a lot of head fog and shit. So whatever. Uh, Acetaminophen, I didn't take that for 5 years until recently. I didn't know what else to do. God, so painful. So I don't know if that set me back or not. Um, then I had to take the stupid antibiotics. Those usually don't set me back, but I imagine with everything, I'm sure it did. And then I go and get a fucking vaccine like an idiot. Oh wow. Yeah, there's a lot of videos for visual snow. And what's fucked up about it? Oh, it's very rare. Very rare. Although there's like, you know, Facebook groups and there's thousands of people, but I think people who have it persistently like me, it's pretty rare. It's so rare that it's only recent that doctors even knew about it. But thanks for checking on it. But it's gotten way worse. The more sensitive I keep getting, the worse it's getting, and it's just a big blob in my visual field of static, and it makes you pretty much hallucinate all the time because it makes you see shit. Just like when you look at an old TV, you can almost see stuff in the static just because it's constantly moving. That's the same thing. And what's really fucked about this condition is it's neurological is because it never stops. If you close your eyes, it's still fucking there. It sucks. And it brings on a lot of problems like trails, kind of like LSD type shit. It does that because that's what the snow that's what makes you see. I see trails like I'm on drugs and see a lot of uh, whatever. But yeah, it sucks. And the problem is that most people say it doesn't get progressive, but nobody has visual snow that has been through benzoyl withdrawal, like how I've had it. And so I can't relate to anybody. Nobody can relate to me. It sucks. So it's like I feel like I'm going mentally blind, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I'm still going to see an eye doctor eventually once I start feeling a little bit better. I can make the appointment, but at this point, I'm just not making any appointments other than psych shit. But I stay home for that. I won't even post on my own Facebook wall that I got the vaccine because I don't want people to fucking argue with me. It's funny. I just always hope, that sometimes if I do something that it's always not, that it's not the worst case scenario every single fucking time. Yeah, exactly. They're pointless. I mean, even like recently when I went and I asked him about the sleep study and he wouldn't even refer me because I didn't pass the little quiz he gave me. It was so fucking stupid, it hurt. It's like, well, what do I come in here for? And then I was talking about the visual snow, and they don't know what it is. So I didn't even need to a referral for that. I just didn't know where to go. But it's like a 40-minute drive, and honestly, at this point, I can't really drive 40 minutes. So I'm gonna have to have my girlfriend take me or something. But at this point, I'm not even thinking about it. I mean, that doctor's not going to be able to do anything. I know that because I've been following the research for years. So I know exactly where they're at. And it's not like there's some magical treatment that only I'll get that nobody else is. The only thing they try is to give you like some sort of like antidepressant that's helped a couple people. And obviously, I'm not going to do that. It's always antidepressants because stress makes it worse. It absolutely does. Stress makes it worse. Hence why it's so bad right now because my body's in massive amount of stress. Yeah. That's like before the vaccine, somebody said, and I said I didn't plan on taking one because of this. They said, well, why don't you go and talk to your doctor about it and see what they think? And I said, it doesn't matter because they're going to say, yes, you should take it. Doesn't matter who you are and what you're going through. Unless you have some crazy disease, they're going to say you need to take it. They don't even know what I'm going through. Boy, time is 20 after. I'm going to be heading off in about 5 minutes. I need to break down. That's what I need to do because it's coming. I'm gonna break down. A good cry. I'm gonna break down. I can just feel it slowly but surely building, and it's. I already got asked to go to my girlfriend's little cousin's birthday party on the 19th, something like that. And I said, I have no fucking idea. Right now, I'd say no. And today, I'd definitely say no. Yesterday, I would have said yes. It wouldn't have been easy, but I would have done it. So the up and downs are crazy, but the downs are getting fucking intense. And it's more mental for sure. I mean, I feel physically crazy, but the mental, just I'm out of it, completely out of it. The mixture of the DPDR and brain fog and the drunk type movement when I move my head, the fact that I can't grasp information when I look at it, it's just all so much. And it's all stuff I dealt with before, but it's at a pretty big intensity right now. And I've had friends that got the damn vaccine that are going through benzo withdrawal, and they tell me what happened, and I've been researching and watching other people in benzo withdrawal doing this, and it's like, fuck it. I'm kind of sick of being the only fucking one. I'm not sure what you're asking. I had a lot of muscle and neck pain, yeah, but that stuff doesn't bother me. Pain for me is, I mean, my whole body is hurting so fucking bad right now. Probably worse than it's ever hurt before. And honestly, that's nothing compared to the mental shit I go through. I mean, a lot of people are going through withdrawal and they just deal with some pain. And I'll fucking tell you, you're fucking lucky. You're really lucky. The hell I've gone through for 5 fucking years is absolutely 2 months. I mean, I had that stuff 5 years later. So 2 months, yeah. I mean, I went through acute hell after 2 months. I pretty much almost committed suicide at 2 months. I'm lucky to be alive. My nervous system is so fucked up. And my choice was either get a vaccine or go to the fucking hospital when I get COVID because I would have been in the hospital. My choice is when I get really sick at home, whether to take fucking pills. Oh yeah, it was a lot harder than nothing now. And now I'm going through hell, but nothing beats acute. Nothing beats the beginning of benzo withdrawal. It was hell. Absolute torture. All right, I'm signing off. You guys have a good day. And maybe I'll come on a little bit later if I'm feeling a little better.